In lane 2, Isaac Volturi out of Wayland Baptist. In lane 3, that's Joshua Hill from UTEP. In lane 4, David Garcia out of Wayland Baptist. In lane 5, Merrick Firmly from West Texas A&M. And in lane 6, Tristan Galvin from Ranger. Again, this is the last section of the men's 200. So Joshua Hill has made up a lot of room already.
Let's go!
And Hill's going to win this one. So 22:01, the fastest time we've seen in a while. So that is the men's 200, all the unseeded. Next, you see that, it's the women's unseeded 200 meters right here in the 2024 New Mexico Team Open. It's all live right here on FloTrack. I'm Adam Deal, glad you could be with us today as we continue on. 22 sections here. We're live at Downtown Convention Center in the Duke City in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Beautiful track and field set up here in the indoors. And now let's take a look at the very first section on the women's side. And we're going to start off with section 1, and Jalen Thomas from Cal Poly with a 24:05. In lane 3, it's Luann Pazankier from New Mexico running a 24. In lane 4, Yana Quinton out of Cal Poly, a 23:92. In lane 5, Shane Anderson from USA Track running a 22:96. And in lane 6, that's Hannah Dudley from Tarleton State running a 23:87. Should be a fast heat here. Luann Pazankier is going to win it. How about a 23:59 for her? I apologize. I said Pazankier. It was a Shea Anderson. So Shea Anderson, 23:59. Her best coming in was a 22:96. Continuing on through the 200. This is the second section of the 22. So we just finished the men's moments ago.
There's like a...
Section 2 in lane 2. Kamari Knight, she's from New Mexico JUCO, running a 24.20. And lane 3, Grace Bauer. She's out of West Texas College, running a 24.20 as well. And lane 4, Lavina Owusi from Western Texas as well, running a 24.20. And lane 5, that's Jaden Brown from West Texas A&M, a 24.06. And in lane 6, Alyssa Cullen from Boise State, 24.15. Should be a tight race, this one. Actually missing lane 4, Sanoa Owusi. Well, and one pulls up. You hate to see that. Down to the bottom. Really tight. I believe it was Knight. And yes, it was. Kamira Knight with a 24.56. So 24.56, not Knight's best, but it wins this one. Shea Anderson out of just representing USA. Running a 23.59, the best so far from the first section. Let's look at section 3 now. Is she up top there? This is the third section. In lane 2, Kalea Poston from Cal Northridge. 24.32 best time coming in. In lane 4, it'll be Denali Lewis from Grand Canyon running a 24.26. In lane 5, Kelsey Anali from Cal Poly. And in lane 6, Eve Destiny from San Jose State. Destiny's best run is the best in the group at 24.25. False start, that's our first one. Let's see what the ruling is here. And she has been disqualified. How unfortunate is that? That was Donnell Lewis from Grand Canyon. So the false start sees the red card and to disqualification from Lewis. And then there were 3. Mosteller on top on the inside. That's positive, but Mosteller coming in strong. Very tight finish. On a 24.38, it was Divinity. We continue on here. Again, this is FloTrack. We're live at the Downtown Convention Center host venue, the 2024 University of New Mexico Indoor Track and Field. This New Mexico Team Open. Some of the other events going on right now on the field side. You see women's high jump and then pole vault going on. Weight throw was earlier. And now this section for the 22. Let's take a look at some of the lane assignments. There was a lane violation earlier. Lane assignments here. Sala Apkuap from Adams State, 24.52 run. In lane 3, Taylor Reeks from Air Force at 24.51. In lane 4, that's Zanny Meters from UTEP with a 24.50. In lane 5, Katie Pettish from Grand Canyon at 24.36. And in lane 6, that's Anna Salisbury out of Lubbock Christian with a 24.42 run, her best coming in. Clean start this time, and we're off one lap around to the 200 on the women's side. Salisbury's up top. Pettish from Grand Canyon has taken over down low. Apkuap from Adams State. Taylor Rooks going to hold on from Air Force on a 24.51 coming in. She gets a 24.57. Rooks never had a lead until the last 30 meters or so. Gets it done, though. This is the fifth section of the 22. So we look at the lanes. In lane 2, Darnisha Lakes from Prairie View. 24.73 is her best time. In lane 3, Amari Weatherford out of West Texas A&M with a 24.71. In lane 4, Elise Sartain from Adams State. 24.70 is her best. In lane 5, Jordan Burnett from Colorado Mesa. She's run a 24.56. And in lane 6, Trinity Miller, Azusa Pacific, running a best in this heat, 24.58. As we get ready. That's Burnett passing up top. It's Jordan Burnett's show as we come down to the last 50. And out of Colorado Mesa, Jordan Burnett gets the heat at a 24.39 for her. It's her best. In fact, the 24.39 would have won the last 3 heats, the 4 heats combined. So that's a great run for her. All smiles. All smiles for Jordan Burnett. And the next section, one of the faster indoor tracks here in a mile high in Albuquerque. This is the 6th section now of the 22. Let's take a look. In lane 3, Ashley Burnett from New Mexico Highlands. In lane 4, that's Chloe Perman from Barton County. In lane 5, Chloe Sharp from Fresno State. In lane 6, it's Blessing Iktoya. And only 3 competitors, excuse me. And Kintoy in the last 50 meters from West Texas A&M is going to get the best time. And how about that time? Kintoy with a 24.22. She knows it. And that was a big time run out of West Texas A&M. There's a look at now section 6, or excuse me, section 7, I apologize. So the 22. See there in the bottom of your screen in white from Utah State, it's Emma Reeves. She'll start it off in lane 2, Reeves. Her best time at 24.95. In lane 3, it's Sydney Stewart from Prairie View. She's run a 24.93. In lane 4, that's Morgan Little out of San Jose State with a 24.90. In lane 5, Anaya Copeland from Tarleton State. She's run a 24.85. And in lane 6, Kiara Holmes out of Azusa Pacific with a 24.90. Holmes is up top. It's Little in the middle. Holmes turns the corner, and it's hers. Kiara Holmes on a 24.24. The quick one lap here in the indoor track, the 200 meters going on. The men's have completed theirs earlier. Now on the women's side of things, if you're just joining us, glad you can. The New Mexico Team Open here in downtown Albuquerque, New Mexico in the Convention Center. I'm Adam Deal here with you. We're having some fun, some of the best athletes around the area. This is the 8th section of 22. Take a look at some of the lane assignments. Corey Leverens from Air Force. She's running 25.02 in lane 2. In lane 3, Annette Stubfield out of Fresno State with a 24.98. In lane 4, that's Gabby Horton out of Colorado Mesa. She's run a 24.97. In lane 5, Ariana Sutton from SMU with a 24.95. And in lane 6, Summer Croxton from Tarleton State. She's run a 24.97. There's Croxton up top. Looks like she held up a bit, and now it's Horton from Colorado Mesa. Horton holds on. Sutton was right there at the end. Gabby Horton with a 24.72. Later tonight, we got the men's and women's 600 meters. We've got then the invitational 200 meters, top 16 athletes on the men's and women's side tonight. This is the 9th section out of 22. Let's take a look at our athletes. In lane 2, Stephanie Jules out of West Texas for the 25-22. In lane 3, Nevaeh Williams from Azusa Pacific with a 25-21. In lane 4, Kaylin Fletcher from UCLA, 25-20. In lane 5, Naya Sanders from SMU at 25-10. In lane 6, Jada Miller from Adams State. She's on a 25-14. It's Jada Miller from Adams State being caught, though, right now by Fletcher from UCLA. And it's Fletcher, the Bruin. .24.05, by the way, for Fletcher. Jada Miller, though, with a nice run of 24.69. 24.05 would be one of the best times, by the way, too. That's a big-time run. Fletcher shaves a second, but basically a little over a full second off her best time. So a big-time run from Caleb Fletcher out of UCLA. Moving on now to section 10 of the 22. Emery Kahn from Prairie View with a 25.39 in lane 2. In lane 3, that's Miana Giovanni from Fresno State with a 25.37. In lane 4, Kenny Tajadin from Boise State with a 25.26 run. In lane 5, that's Carly Sturmer out of Barton County with a 25.23. And in lane 6, Macy Evans out of Grand Canyon, 25.25. Carly Sturmer, she's got the best time of this group coming in with a 25.23. It's Carly Sturmer so far. Tajudin was there. Sturmer going to be tight on the bottom. Coming in was Kahn. And how about that from Kahn with a 25.11. All love. Amiri Khan. Tons of action still to come. We mentioned earlier it was the men's unseated 200 meters. This is the women's unseated 200 meters. 22 heats at each. A ton. Then you've got the 400 and the 600 a little bit later, followed by the 200 invitationals tonight. This on the women's side, now section 11 of 22. And let's take a look at the athletes. In lane 2, Serenity Burnett Perry from Colorado Mesa. Her best time is a 25.58. In lane 3, it's Mercy Amir from Azusa Pacific. It's a 25.55. In lane 4, Tori Anderson from California, 25.50. In lane 5, it's Naomi Johnson out of UCLA. She's got a 25.41. In lane 6, Chanique Brown. She's from Utah, 25.50 best run. So we get ready here. Oh, Naomi Johnson. So Johnson a 24.32, a great time. This now section 12 of the 22. In lane 2, Hannah Keese from New Mexico with a 25.67. In lane 3, that's Cora Pingelli from New Mexico also with a 25.66. In lane 4, Ariana Alexander from Cal State Northridge, a 25.66 coming in, her best. In lane 5, Tiana Melton from West Texas A&M, a 25.64. And in lane 6, Brianna Kemp, Ranger, the 25.65. Very tight race time-wise between all of these competitors. The two locals from New Mexico, Cora Pettigill and Hannah Keise. Ariana Alexander. And Alexander was looking fantastic from the beginning. 13th section here out of the 22 in lane 2. Samantha Roby from Grand Canyon. She's run a 25.76. In lane 3, Emma Dickin from Colorado Mesa with a 25.71. In lane 4, that's Narissa Thompson from CSU Bakersfield with a 25.70. In lane 5, Ayana Ross out of Fresno State. She's run a 25.66. And in lane 6, it's Kate Jensrick out of UCLA, the 25.69. Jendrzak up top for UCLA. And she's going to coast in this one. Jendrzak, no problems. It's a 24.28 for her. That's a nice time. It's a little over a second and a half almost off her time coming in. We're making our way here through the women's 200 meters. The unseeded. And let's look at this 14th section out of the 22. In lane 2, Tanea Kennard, out of CSU Pueblo. She's run a 26.09. In lane 3, Ari Milton from Cal Poly with a 26.04. In lane 4, that's Ophelia Pooley from right here in New Mexico. She's run a 26.02. In lane 5, Ciara Brown out of Boise State with a 25.82. And in lane 6, Jocelyn Arana from Lubbock Christian. She's run a 25.85. Serrana up top. There's Brown. So from the University of New Mexico, Pooley. And Arana holds on. So Arana in a tight one, able to win her heat. Here's section 15 of 22 in lane 2. Sharifatu Sharif from West Texas A&M. In lane 3, it's Rebecca Vanderpool out of Boise State. She's won a 26.22. In lane 4, Tiana Georgstrom out of Cal Poly. She won a 26.21. In lane 5, Brooke Coleman from Air Force with a 26.13. And in lane 6, Nakai Johnson from San Jose State with a 26.13. And there is Johnson up top with the best time coming into this heat. Johnson and then Coleman. Johnson's able to win with a 25.47. Make that a 25.42. Sorry about that. Here's the 16th section. In lane 2, it's Jalen Donaldson Howder out of CSU Bakersfield. She won a 26.39 coming in. In lane 3, Gabrielle Dunich from CSU Pueblo, 26.37. In lane 4, Trinity Mosby out of Cal Poly with a 26.36. In lane 5, Ciela Seals from Cal State Northridge with a 26.25. She's got the best time coming in. In lane 6, Brianna Raven from Utah State with a 26.27. Brianna Raven. Ciela Seals is there as well. It is all Brianna Raven out of Utah State with a 25.47. So look right there in the middle of your screen of Kenna De Lemos from Boise State. As we've made our way into the 17th section of 22. We continue on. This is the New Mexico Team Open live on FloTrack here in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Adam Deal here with you. Glad you could join us through this afternoon and into this early evening. Section 17 in lane 2. It's Anika Bukes from Lubbock Christian. She's run a 26.69. In lane 3, Kenna De Lemos from Boise State with a 26.63. In lane 4, Zahari Dixon out of San Francisco. She's run a 26.59. In lane 5, Janice Everett from CSU Pueblo, a 26.50. In lane 6, Hannah Arguino from Cal State Northridge with a 26.51. Look at this. It's Bukes on the inside lane. So Anika Bukes with a 26.22. It's her best run, wins it. Tons of heats on the men's side and now the women's side. And this is the 18th section of the 22. And let's take a look at section 18 here. In lane 2, Savannah Romero from Eastern New Mexico. The Greyhounds' best time at 27.66. In lane 3, Rowdy Anderson from San Francisco with a 27.35. In lane 4, that's Kathleen O'Brien, also out of San Francisco with a 27.14. The best time in this heat comes from lane 5, Ariana Harrison from CSU Bakersfield with a 26.96. And in lane 6, Olivia Moore from New Mexico Highlands. She's run a 27 flat. Up top, Olivia Moore. Ariana Harrison Scotter on the inside. It's O'Brien. Olivia Moore will watch actually Harrison. Ariana Harrison with a 26.89. She passed her best by a tenth of a second. Harrison does. Section 19 of the 22 here on the women's 200 meters. In lane 2, Madison Arkin from San Francisco. She's won a 27.91 in lane 3. That's Sia Frosto from San Francisco as well with a 27.85. In lane 4, Malia Sanchez from Eastern New Mexico with a 27.74. In lane 5, Mariana Marquez from Eastern New Mexico. She's run a 27.70. And in lane 6, Kylie Yoshishigi from CSU Bakersfield. She's run a 27.71. Yoshishigi gets passed up there by Marquez, but it's on the bottom you got to look at now. It's either Marquez or Algarin, and Algarin out of San Francisco wins the section. A 27.65. Last 3 sections to come here. So let's look at section 20 here of 22. In section 20, lane 2, Hope Castillo from Wayland Baptist with a 29.44. In lane 3, Malia Damlao from New Mexico with a 29.17. In lane 4, Vivian Long from San Francisco with a 28.16. In lane 5, Lydia Binger, also out of San Francisco with a 27.97. And in lane 6, Jossie Coulter from Fort Lewis. Coulter passed. That's Lydia Binger. And Binger is going to win this. Binger with a 27.61. This is actually going to be the final section just announced here in the women's. So final section, let's take a look at it. In lane 3, that's Ashlyn Perez from Ranger. In lane 4, Selena Fresquez out of New Mexico Highlands. In lane 5, that's Joanna Jasop. And in lane 6, Samara Holshauser out of San Francisco State. Tight one. And finishing up, it's Ashlyn Perez from Ranger with a 28.24. So after that one, there is not a 22nd. They merged the 21 and 22nd section. So that's the final section here on the women's side. A lot more to come here in just a moment. We'll have the men's 3,000 meters. That's coming up next. Glad you could join us here on FloTrack. Back in a moment.